So you can come into a Shavasana type position. Go ahead and spread out. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. And if there's any little rocking or adjusting that you need to do to help you settle, take your time letting go. And as you start to slow down your breath, you can use each exhale as an opportunity to release a little bit more, whatever you've been holding, physically, mentally. And just feeling whatever is here. And I know for me personally, there are certain things that I'm okay with feeling, and then there's a lot of other things that are a little bit more challenging to be with. So that is part of this practice, opening up to what's actually right here, right now. And creating the space for what shows up to be here. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. Let's begin by sliding arms overhead and stretching out really long through your arms and your legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes. And then interlace your fingers. Press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release. And bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in. Hug it in as close as you can. Maybe a little jiggle or rock. And then straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling, going to your hamstring stretch. Doesn't have to be any higher or straighter than works for you. Finding your edge. And then flex and point your foot a few times. As you're feeling what you're feeling, can you relax your face? Can your breath be deep? Circle your ankle. A couple big circles, both directions. Bend your knee back in. Open your knee out to the right. And then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your left leg. Physically going to your limits, being gentle with anything you need to be gentle with, honoring your edge. And then release, bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. Open out through the right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. Each shape is stirring up a whole different set of sensations, a whole different world to be with. Can you feel what's here and allow it? Staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, your right arm on a high diagonal. Let your fingers and toes reach away from one another. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. Evening your torso out on your mat, feeling what's touching the floor as you move. Little self-massage there. And then grab hold of just your left knee. Drop your right leg long, squeeze this knee in close. And then straighten your left leg up. Flex and point your foot a few times. Is there anything to let go of here while you're doing this, while you're feeling this? Circle your ankle a couple times, both directions. And then bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your right leg. Is there any resistance to let go of? Any unnecessary gripping or holding? And then release. Bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist, first with a bent knee. And then try straightening your left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Little circle or rock. And then make your way up to sitting. Let's come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something you want to sit up on, a blanket or cushion, go ahead and grab that. And then take your right arm up and over. Big side stretch. Reaching through your fingers, but staying grounded through both sit bones. And then start to circle your right arm back behind you, reaching as far back as you can. Go as slow as you need so you're not skipping over any part of this. Get to the tight places. Finish up the circle you're on, coming back to your side stretch. And then curve your way through center and come all the way over into a side stretch other side. Reaching through your fingers, grounding through both sit bones, and then start to circle your left arm back, as far back as you can. Finish up the circle you're on, coming back to your side stretch. Curve your way through center all the way over. Take one big circle. Come back through center all the way over. One big circle. And then come to center and let's hang out over the legs. So that could be leaning into your fingertips. You could fold further, supporting yourself wherever you do, letting go into the shape you're in, letting your head hang. And then walk your hands back in, rolling up. Let's bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. And then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can. Sternum rising up. Take the chest a little higher, last moment. And then release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees. Drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs. So the other leg is in front or on top. Sitting tall, drop your right ear over to right shoulder and then press down through your left shoulder. Looking for a deep stretch on left side of the neck. Rotate your chin to your chest. Come back to the come to the other side, both shoulders down, but now even more through your right shoulder. And then back through center. And go back and forth a couple times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Watching as the sensation moves from one side across to the other. And then the next time your chin is to your chest, stay there and you can interlace fingers behind your head. Let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. And then release, arms down, head floats back up. Again, hands to the floor behind you. Shoulders roll back, elbows roll back. Lift the heart as high as you can. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Let's roll back up and then come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you want to pad your knees and you have something to do that, go ahead and put something under your knees. Have the hands on something firm, just a mat is good. Fingers spread. Hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips. Let's take a few rolls through the spine. Starting by lifting the head and tail, arching, and then exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. And then inhale, arch. Exhale, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back and dip part way or all the way to the floor. Press up from there. Round. Arch. Go forward to dip down, elbows hugging the sides of your body. Press up. Round. Arch, Dip down. If going all the way down is too much, just do what you can. A couple of inches may be plenty, and then press up from there. Round. Arch. Let's take one more. Dip down. Press up. And then round and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Find a relaxed position for your shoulders, your neck. Letting go. And this could be a good resting pose, one that you might come back to at any time. You can rest in this shape or any other shape anytime you need. And then let's come to our first downward facing dog. Take your time. Spread your fingers wide, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and away from the hands. You may want to pedal out your feet a little bit, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor, waking up the calves, hamstrings, ankles, feet. As you settle onto 2 feet evenly, heels can be up or down. Knees can be bent or straight. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip-width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You might take a sway or shake out. What is there to let go of here? Can you feel the heaviness of your head hanging? Is there any tension in your face you might release? And then bend your knees a little more. Slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Let's step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Feel feet grounded, nice long spine. We'll take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, coming through high push-up. Lower down, chaturanga. Come into your back bend, cobra, or up dog. If you want to take an extra couple breaths here, you're welcome. Testing things out. How is this now? And then back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. Let's take 5 deep breaths. You can choose whether you rest in down dog, child's pose, sitting, or any other neutral shape. Come to a shape where you're able to experience ease. So over and over again, we come back to that as a baseline, something to remember, to return to. One more deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Let your head release fully. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, right leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Let's take a low lunge. Take a big step forward, drop the back knee. If you want to pad your knee and you have something, you could put a blanket or cushion under it. You could also roll up the side of your mat. Feel free to use blocks under your hands or something like blocks. And as you sink your hips forward, check on the angle of your front knee and ankle. If your foot's not far enough forward, there might be tight angles there, in which case take a little step forward. Let's let the hips sink, opening through the front of the left hip. Keeping hips sinking low, let's sweep the arms up. Just one breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Inhale, step back, high push-up. Exhale, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. From down dog. When you're ready, take the left leg up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent left knee. Noticing the sensation, feeling everything that this is presenting in you. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then a big step forward. If your foot doesn't make it far enough forward, you can pick it up and bring it there, or adjust the back knee back. You can pad your knee, you can grab blocks for your hands. Sink the hips low. Look for an opening at the front of the right hip. If you don't feel it, you could try dropping through the tailbone, lifting through the belly a bit more. Keeping hips sinking forward. Next inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Make your way back to a good rest. So you might come through a vinyasa. You might just step back. Feeling what you are choosing to do. And then settle into a good rest. More important than the shape, coming back to that quality of presence and ease. Is there anything to let go of here? Letting go of everything that gets in the way of just simply being. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend. The left arm can provide any support you might need. Big yawning reach past the fingers, past the top of the head. Reach a little further out, come up, and release down. Same thing, other side. Left arm up, big reach over, strong core supporting you, strong legs. Reach a little further out, come up, and then release down. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, and then take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels, or you might come all the way up. While you're concentrating on balancing, how much can you relax your face? Can your breath be deep here? And then imagine you could keep your head where it is now as you lower your heels. So you grow a little longer as the heels come down. Unlink fingers and push out through the palms. Pull your fingers back towards you strongly. Press out through the palms strongly. And then curl from fingertips down. Pull the fingertips in, stretching the forearms, really reaching out from the center of the chest. And then circle your wrists, a couple big circles. Flexing and stretching all those little muscles. And then release, arms down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana, Thunderbolt pose. Strong core, strong legs. Doing the best you can, coming into your full expression, and then the real work is, can I be with this? Whatever is being stirred up right here, right now. One more breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, just one breath. Step forward, low lunge. Inhale, arms up, just one breath. Exhale, release, hands to the floor or to your blocks. Let's take the hips back for a hamstring stretch with a top of the ankle stretch. So we'll set up the hands right under shoulders as high as you need them. Feel free to come right up onto the highest setting of the blocks. We're going towards hip square, towards a flat back, towards that right foot flat. And none of these things may be happening. They're not destinations, they're directions. We're just going towards all these things, meeting our edges where we meet them. And then while you are right at your edge, how much can you let go? Can you open? And this is the safe place to do this expanding work, because if, when you ask yourself, can I be with this? And the answer is, no, I can't, then come out of the pose. Come up higher on your blocks. Leave. But while you are where you are, is it possible to open up gently, gradually? And here's a place where we have some control over the pace with which we do that work. Let's come forward, high lunge, tuck the back toes, extend the back leg straight. And let's set up for a twist. Left hand can either be on the floor or the block, right under your left shoulder, and then lift the right arm up, going towards a straight line from one arm to the other. See if you can also feel a straight line from your head to your back heel, so the torso and back leg form a straight line. Notice how much weight there is in your left hand. Can you make it less by pulling up through the top arm even more? Last breath here. And then release. Make your way to down dog. Feeling whatever you're choosing to do as you go. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up, just one breath. Step forward, low lunge. Arms up. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Come back to hamstring stretch with the top of the ankle stretch. So my hope is that when I do this work of going towards what I want and, you know, having the results be varied as they are, and then practicing being with that in this low stakes environment, that somehow, hopefully, it will give me the skills I need to do that out in the world where the stakes are much higher and we don't get to leave the mat. Sometimes life presents us with situations that feel like they're outside of what I'm capable of, and then I grow into that. But here's a place where I get to choose the pace of that growth. So right here now, can you notice whatever's coming up and practice surrendering to it? Shift your weight forward. High lunge, tuck the back toes. Set your right hand right under your shoulder and left arm comes up. And there are so many parallels right here on your mat, just like in your life. You only have control over what you have control over. You can do your best given what you understand and are capable of doing, and then it will be as it is. Sometimes comfortable, sometimes not comfortable. One more breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then back to a good rest. And so for even just a couple of moments here, can you let go of nothing to solve, nothing to plan, nothing to take care of, just simply being. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. So let's take a few balancing poses. We can start by just feeling balance on 2 feet. You can separate your feet hip width apart. And just kind of shift your weight front to back, side to side. Feel your feet into the floor, grounded. And then shift over onto one side for tree, Vrikshasana. You can bring your right leg up as high as you're able, maybe towards the inner thigh, but as low as you need, anywhere above or below your knee. It could even be at the inner ankle. So finding an appropriate challenge for where you're at right now. Arms can be out to the side to steady you. You're also welcome to move to a wall or a piece of furniture. If you feel solid, you might bring hands together or arms up. You can always bring them out as needed. And then release. Shake it out. Feel both feet grounded again. And then over to the other side. You choose your arm position, your leg position. What you don't get to choose is whether or not you fall. So you can go towards balance, 100% intention. But whether you're wobbling or falling is not one of the things that's within your control. So is it possible to have your peace not be dependent on that? So slow, steady breath, relaxed face, even as you might be wobbling and falling. And then release that, shake that out. Let's take another balance. We'll do a quad stretch this time. So right leg comes back. You can take hold with either just your right arm and your left arm can be out to steady you, or again at a wall, or you could have both hands hold the foot. Notice if your hips want to tip back. That's a clever way to avoid the stretch. Try not to do that. Drop through your tailbone, lift through your belly, yawn open through the front of the right hip. Stand as tall as you can. And then release. Shake that out. Same thing, other side. Tailbone drops, belly lifts. And then release. Shake that out. Let's bring feet hip width apart. Hands to the top of the buttocks. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. Lift the heart. Take your chest as high as you can. Try not to collapse into your hands. Take it a little higher, last moment. And then release. Fold forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. If you're able, grab your big toes with the first two finger and thumb. With that grip, lengthen. And then pull your head towards the floor, tractioning out your spine. Imagine putting little spaces back between each of your vertebrae. Can you relax the muscles of your face? And then release. Let's lower the hips and go ahead and sit. Extending legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back, inch the heels forward, and we'll take a fold here. Very similar, different orientation to the floor, gravity working in a different way. You can use your hands on the floor the whole time, or reach for your feet, or use something like a strap around your feet. Go towards length. Towards folding, letting go as much as you are able. What is there to release here now? And then release. Come up. Let's come all the way back onto our backs. Bring your knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees. Massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. Let's take bridge, and then if you want to take some other back bends from there, you can do whatever you want from there. But let's start with bridge, feet hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down. Lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back. Kind of rock side to side to shrug your shoulders underneath you. Spreading the upper back and lower back away from one another. When the pose feels complete for you, take your arms out of your way. Roll down and rest. Resting with back flat, releasing. If you want to come up again, come up again. Same thing, or any other back bend, anything you know or want to try, and stay as long or short as you like. So it could be one breath, could be many breaths. We are moving towards the end of class, so this is a great time to do exactly what you need. If you're enjoying what you're doing, stick with it. If there's something else that you're wanting to do to finish up, do that. If you're still back bending, keep going until that feels complete. Whenever you're done, take a counter stretch. So that could be happy baby or something else. If you want to join me for happy baby, you can grab the soles of the feet on the inside, press your knees towards the floor. You can keep your legs bent or straighten them one at a time or together. I'm going to offer a self-facial massage for any of you that want to join me for that. If you do want to participate in that, take the next minute or so to get your body comfortable. So you may put on some extra layers or grab props. You could be in Shavasana or any other neutral passive pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, legs up the wall. Could even be supported bridge or supported fish. If there's a different way you want to wind things down, go ahead and do whatever feels right for you to finish up your practice. If you want to join me for the facial massage, take anything off your face that's in your way, and you can start by rubbing your palms together, getting some heat and energy in the hands. And then place your palms over your eyes, sealing out the light, encouraging your eyes to not only close but relax back. Keeping eyes closed and relaxed, you can bring your fingertips to the center of your forehead and start to rub from the center of the forehead towards the temples, and then keep coming back to the center and spreading towards the sides of the face. If you find a place that's tender, you can hold it with steady pressure or little circles. You might use your thumbs, you might use your fingers. You can play around with how much pressure. And then bringing your fingertips to either side of the nose, getting into the sinus area, pressing and spreading towards the sides. Can follow along your cheekbone towards the side of the face until you come to the place where your jaw connects to your skull, that hinge joint right around your ear. You might open and close your mouth to feel where it is, how it works. All around there can be so tight. Strong jaw muscle, tender pressure points under the ear. Just experimenting the amount of pressure, the placement with movement or stillness. Could give your earlobes a little pinch or pull. And then working along your jawline towards your chin, give the chin a little pinch or press. And then you can take the heels of the hands and make a couple big circles into the cheeks, massaging the cheeks into the cheekbones and teeth. And then go back over any area that needed extra work. You could also give the scalp a rub, like a dry shampoo. Imagine you just washed your hair and you're scrubbing it in. Could give your neck and shoulders a squeeze. then finish off by just wiping away any last bit of tension. Smoothing over the face and then shaking out your hands. If you want to finish with a little rub for your own forearms and hands after all that work, you could. You can also just check in with the rest of your body. Is there anything that's needed to come into your final rest? Eventually settling into stillness, letting all of that go. Letting go of the control of your breath. Letting go of doing anything. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, and move your wrists and ankles. Eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.